on LeBron's Mount Rushmore, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson. That final spot with a little contemplation went to Oscar Robertson. So, again, this is all up for debate depending on what generation you are a part of. And, Stephen A., this question will be for you. What do you think of his Mount Rushmore? And later the follow with what's yours?
Well, first of all, I applaud him for bringing up the conversation, because to bring up the conversation not only reminds folks of the greatness he's exhibiting, but it's also putting the world on notice that he's still coming. He's not finished, because you understand when you make such a bold statement, you then have to go out there and validate it with your play, with your performance. So heaping those expectations on his shoulders just shows that he's willing to man up and say, I'm ready to embrace the challenge of being anointed as one of the greats to have ever played this game, top 5, top 4 of all time. Now, when we look at it and we look at the talent, let me say this. I'm going to take a Bill Russell, a Kareem, 11-time champion, a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a 6-time world champion. I'm going to take those guys out of the equation, because we understand that in terms of numbers of championships, that's somewhat of a different category. We understand that Bill Russell is one of the greatest champions, and, you know, you've got to put him up there, whatever the case may be. I want to also state for the record, Skip Bayless, that I'm on the record saying the NBA silhouette should have been changed years ago. As much of an iconic figure as Jerry West is, I am a person that is a staunch advocate that it should be changed to a silhouette of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He should be the NBA silhouette. It should be in his image. He deserves that. Now, having said all of that, to answer the question directly, is LeBron, in terms of talent, on the Mount Rushmore of NBA NBA icons? Absolutely, without question. I totally agree with him. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and LeBron James. There is no question that when you look at his talent, his skill set, the physical freak of nature that he is, and what he is capable of doing on both ends of the floor, his talents are close to unparalleled in NBA annals. I don't know if we've ever seen the physical freak of nature that he is outside of Wilt Chamberlain. LeBron is a 2-time champion. Bird couldn't play defense like him. Magic didn't have his offensive prowess or his athleticism. And Jordan was the closest to a complete, I mean, he is Michael Jordan. He's the greatest I've ever seen. Congratulations, MJ, by the way, on the twins. Love that, bro. Congratulations. But my point is, Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the greatest player to have ever played this game. But as far as I'm concerned, any other conversation about anyone else, LeBron belongs in that category. Couldn't put Kobe in there because you already got MJ, and they're similar as opposed to being complete packages. LeBron deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore in terms of talent, not in terms of championships, of course, but in terms of talent. He's one of the top 4 players we have ever seen in NBA history. And on that level, he definitely deserves to be on Mount Rushmore. Yes, I agree with him.
Now, time out. You lost me on your definition of Mount Rushmore. I don't think LeBron's definition, or the definition of what he was being asked about on NBA TV, was on pure talent. I'm pretty sure it was on performance, legacy, resume, production. And I think that after he thought about it for a while and juggled the balls in his head, Kareem, Bill Russell, Wilt, he landed on Oscar Robertson because Oscar's game so closely resembled LeBron's, and he wanted to honor a man that he honored as he was growing up, a guy who obviously, as you well know, averaged a triple-double for an entire NBA season. But I don't think he was putting Oscar up there on pure talent. And if we have to just do pure talent, explosive talent, man, I got to tell you, Kobe is right there with LeBron James to me, because Kobe is such a great shooter of the basketball, and then we can get into intangibles, deadly shooting, fourth quarter shooting, clutch shooting. On pure talent, I would have to put Kobe right there with LeBron, but I don't think that's the issue here. I think we're just talking about who earned their place on the NBA's Mount Rushmore, and to me, the man who earned the fourth place after the easy three, as LeBron called them, would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The man still leads all-time scoring by almost 1,500 points. He is third all-time in rebounds. He had 6 championships and 6 Most Valuable Player awards. So, Stephen A., I think he earned the right for that fourth spot above Russell, Wilt, Oscar, Kobe, Tim Duncan should be in that conversation, Shaq. That's my definition of Mount Rushmore.